As we head into the uncharted water of the battle against the climate change, with the ambitious goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050, there's no doubt that new regulations will be necessary. The question is, how to transform the economy so as to both preserve the environment and deliver economic growth for future generations. From the wildfires that have raged throughout the West to the record-breaking Atlantic hurricane season and the consistently rising concentrations of atmospheric carbon dioxide, it is undeniable that climate change is both a short-term and long-term risk. The precise economic impacts are difficult to predict. However, according to a report recently released by the University College London and CDP, a nonprofit that runs the Global Environmental Disclosure Platform, mitigation actions in compliance with the Paris Agreement will cap the global temperature rise at 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century compared to the pre-industrial levels. And the estimated annual damage caused by climate change will peak at $1.8 trillion by 2070. By contrast, the global temperature increase will be more than doubled, and the annual damage caused by climate change will be a whopping $31 trillion by 2070 if no action is taken. The good news is that a growing number of participants in our economy are recognizing climate change as an important economic risk. According to data collected by CDP, in 2020, a record-breaking 9,600 plus companies voluntarily disclosed the climate-related financial data, representing over 50% of global market capitalization. Also recognizing climate change are investors. Both those are part of the sophisticated $45 trillion money management industry and the millions of individual investors simply saving for retirement. According to a survey of institutional investors conducted by a group of economists in 2018, uncertainty about climate-related regulatory changes was rated as one of the most important risks associated with climate change. More than 90% of the respondents believe that regulatory risk will materialize within 5 years. As the financial industry takes early steps to incorporate climate risk into their investment processes, the key question is how to provide regulatory guidance for climate risk management and engagement. At the same time, even individual investors engaging in relatively simple investment strategies are also directly impacted by regulatory risks. For example, a Wall Street Journal article published in October last year warns that investors who have counted on dividends from utility stocks as a reliable income source may face a different outlook due to the regulatory change aiming to reduce the carbon footprints of these firms. As policymakers evaluate the pace and scale of regulatory transformation needed to achieve a carbon neutrality economy, evaluations of the risks in transitioning from a high carbon economy to a green economy should be approached from the perspective of science, technology, and the entire economic ecosystem. Standard metrics should be developed so that both business and investors have clear, comparable, and reliable data to better assess, understand, and manage companies' climate risk exposure as well as their own footprints in climate change. Regulations should aim not only at enforcing compliance, but more importantly, at motivating commitment by businesses to support the green economy. To do that, regulatory changes should focus on both mitigating the negative effects of climate change and highlighting the opportunities that come with it. As we hold polluters accountable, we should also help transform them into climate-resilient firms with innovations such as carbon capture and storage technology. For investors, responsible investing means more than just a lip service of adding a few ESG funds to their portfolios. The regulatory response should help provide a mechanism to quantify climate risk for all securities and a framework to proactively engage investors as part of the governance structure. I hope you enjoyed today's talk, and thanks for watching.